I don't care. I'm uninterested. I've clearly conquered the internet. I'm clearly unstoppable. I'm like the board.
Why do you think Andrew Tate conquered the internet?
The short of it is basically just the left has tried to champion minorities, women for a long time. Probably the past like 10 or 20 years has been a huge push, especially recently on the internet. And I think in focusing on that, I think they lost sight of some of the majority groups, so like men or white people. And I think as part of that, they engaged in a lot of derision of those groups. So constantly attacking like men and white people, like young men. So you have this huge group of people that feel like they're being left behind by society while everybody else is getting like this huge like leg up. And so they're kind of looking for guidance or perspective. And if everybody on the left is saying, you know, screw you, then they start looking elsewhere. And then that's where people like, I think Jordan Peterson or Andrew Tate come from. What do you mean? All you guys do on these shows is push back against women and say that. What do you mean? I'm Destiny from YouTube/Destiny. I'm kind of a blue pill, never interacted with King Richez before, so it should be fun to fight over whatever we're gonna react to today.
Yeah, man, I'm sure this is gonna be an epic little reaction, man. Let's jump into it. Let's see what happens.
Do you ever wonder why some people who you've never heard of before all of a sudden appear everywhere? Andrew Tate! Andrew Tate is an Anglo-American kickboxer turned influencer whose extreme misogynist videos have helped make him the most viral man in the world.
What do you think about that opening?
I mean, it's Vice, so you're obviously going to get a particular point of view, but
it's like already like setting the precedent for like the rest of the video, like, you know, his particularly misogynistic views and stuff like that. It's just like, bro, like it's not balanced from the opening. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like if you're trying to like put out like some kind of content like this, you should be balanced, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what you're going for. I mean, if like for these types of Vice specials, I usually view them as kind of like persuasive essays. So they're going to open with something strong like that, and then it's up to them to justify it throughout the content, you know? Okay. But yeah, I guess we'll see what they do.
All right.
Bang out the machete, boom in her face, then grip her up by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch!
On December 29th, he and his brother...
That is mad, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That is crazy. That was a crazy little piece right there. That was mad. Like, I personally wouldn't never say anything like that. I wouldn't, you know, encourage anyone to say or do something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, oh man, this is gonna be really weird. So I try to watch. I do online content and people clip me all the time, and I know what it's like to get clipped.
Yeah.
I've seen the video that comes from. He was joking. Now, it was a really extreme joke, but if you watch the full thing where I think he's talking about like if a woman disobeys him and he goes crazy, but he's obviously joking in that one. But yeah, I mean, like some of his jokes are obviously pushing the boundaries there. Yeah,
yeah, and definitely that. Yeah, they're gonna have to put that right at the beginning of the video just again to set the precedent.
Were arrested by Romanian police as part of a rape and human trafficking investigation.
The Matrix has attacked me.
A few months before their arrest, I was in Romania trying to get access to their so-called secret society, the War Room.
The War Room is the most powerful network on the face of the planet today.
Andrew Tate.
To get inside, I had agreed to endure a professional cage fight in Romania.
I know he's gonna lose, but wow, he's actually in there.
Along with 100 Tate superfans.
We shouldn't be slaves, we shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs.
I need to grow, I need to get better, I need to evolve. I'm not tough on myself. Nobody else will be. That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
This chain, hold on to it.
What I found out...
My plan was to sow anarchy.
...is that this recent arrest appears to be just the tip of the iceberg.
This is definitely a hit piece.
I don't care.
The real story...
We've clearly conquered the internet.
...began years ago.
There's not a single female complaining on the planet.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate. He was sweet and I guess vulnerable to being brainwashed by Andrew Tate and his cult.
People don't know what he's done.
Yeah, they did a great job on the intro.
Yeah.
Great job on the intro to just demonize, make him look like some cult leader. I'm not gonna lie, I was getting cult vibes a little bit,
just
slightly.
A little bit, just a tiny bit.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It was slight. I'm not gonna lie, but still, I just don't feel like it's balanced, and I just don't think it's fair. Like, do you get what I'm saying? It's obviously like an agenda.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there is for sure. But yeah, again, it's Vice, so I expect like there to be a left-leaning slant, you know.
If you haven't heard of Andrew Tate yet, it's only a matter of time before he pops up on your newsfeed. His videos have been viewed over 11 billion times, and in July, he was more Googled than Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump. He's been called the king of toxic masculinity.
He has said that victims should, quote, bear responsibility for being raped.
We're about to enter his compound in Romania, which was raided earlier this year as part of the rape and human trafficking investigation that led to his arrest in 2022.
Is that true that you sequestered an American girl?
She's not even pretty. This girl's average. She's ugly. I don't have time for this bullshit.
What about the rape accusation?
That's not true at all.
Hello, is this Andrew Tate's house? I'm Matt.
Okay,
hey, hello.
Just a second to have a confirmation from Mr. Tate.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you just let me know when we're allowed.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Good to see you.
This place is giant.
Yeah, I can give you a quick tour. I can't show you a lot of it. A lot of it's like off limits, but I can show you some of it. Gee, come bite them. Show them how scary you are.
Is this the normal level of security you have for your house every day, or is this just for us?
This is the normal level of security I have in my house every day. I'm prepared for all eventualities. It's better to be paranoid. I kind of like cars.
I can tell, yeah.
This door.
Kind of like cars. Come on, bro. Kind of, bro. Like, you've invested a lot of money in those cars, man. What do you mean? Kinda.
Or leads to... I can't tell.
Was you gonna say something?
I mean, I think he's joking, right? He's like sarcastic a lot. Don't you British guys do that? Aren't you guys always fucking sarcastic all the time?
Yeah, not me, but I'm pretty like straight. Like, I'll tell you how it is. Like, do you know what I mean? That's my way.
Gotcha.
That's classified. Up on there, can't take you in there either. It's classified. You do know if you go to any off-limit areas like security, you're going to intercept. So when I point classified, I'm basically saying don't make them put a gun.
Got it.
TV, which I never watched. World title belts. I was 4-time kickboxing world champion.
And what's this painting over here?
That's my brother.
Who else lives here? Is it just you?
No, I live here with my brother. I think you get the best version of yourself if you live with other competitive men. I don't have loser friends. I like sitting down with people and discussing how we can make money from the conflict in Ukraine. That's what I enjoy. I don't want to talk about TV.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Hi, by the way. Sorry to interrupt.
Georgia.
Georgia, good to meet you. What are you up to, Georgia? Working.
Working.
Okay.
This is,
What do you think about that little interaction? What do you think about that? I find that hilarious, bro.
Yeah. Maybe, or creepy. I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how. I've heard that he's like very sketchy about letting reporters talk to women that work with him or around him. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, like he's just like, come this way, bro.
Yeah.
Stop looking. Stop talking. Go this way, bro.
Yeah.
The woman I'm trying to speak to, Georgiana Noghel, would also later be arrested with Tate in December.
Georgiana, 2 coffees, please.
Accused of assisting him in his human trafficking operation.
Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hey, how are you? What are these guys up to?
Conquering the world, my friend.
Through what means?
I run Hustlers University, which is now currently the biggest online educational platform in the world. We've grown extremely fast. We have 110,000 students inside of a year.
Hustlers University. Hustlers University. Hustlers University.
For $49 a month, Andrew Tate's online Hustlers University promises to teach his millions of followers the secrets of modern wealth creation, from crypto trading to dropshipping.
No big deal, just the biggest online school in history.
Is this a sharp sword or is it kind of a decorative sword?
I did a Tate speech about why I have this sword. A Tate speech is like my YouTube channel, Tate Speech.
Yeah.
And I talked about how the #1 problem with the world is that not enough men walk around their houses with swords.
Mm-hmm. That's up there for sure.
Because if more men walked around their houses with swords, so many of the world's issues could be fixed. But you have to extrapolate it.
Okay.
For example, so the woman panics, she sees something on TV, the man comes home, she's like, oh, we gotta start wearing a mask, da-da-da. If the man walked around with a sword, and she's like, put a mask on, he'd be like, I'm brave, I don't need a mask, I'm a commander. It's just a symbol of empowerment. You got your sword, your wife starts talking, you're like, shut up, I decide what I do. Cook.
Andrew's unashamed, misogynistic, and violent views
He's joking, bro. It's not that serious, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, oh my God, man. Listen, straight away, I just think that this is just a like hit piece on him. Like, let's just make him look like some monster. Like, come on, he's obviously joking, bro. Like, it's stupid.
I mean, it's a little bit of a joke, but I think he does represent over and over again that, like, women are these irrational, kind of, like, retarded children things that have to be, like, protected and, like, stuck in rooms while, like, the men, like, lead. I think he's, like, he might joke about it, but he's pretty consistent through all of his messaging about that, I'd say.
Yeah, but women do need to be protected, though.
Sure, but they're not retarded children.
I didn't say they're retarded children, but like they do need protection. And a lot of times they make a lot of mistakes. You know what I mean?
I feel like men make a lot of mistakes too.
I think
but
a lot of times, like most women these days need leadership To be fair,
I'm not sure about that, but I guess we'll.
Well, don't you notice that a lot of women these days, like, you know, make poor choices, especially in the guys that they pick?
I feel like a lot of men make poor choices too, though. I feel like that's a people thing. I don't think it's like a woman or a person thing. It's not like all these men are out here, at least like suave, 6-figure, have all their shit together, and there's just like a bunch of like dumb women running around. Like, I think everybody's got problems, no?
No, I agree with you. Everyone's got problems, but okay, if you compare like the typical woman to the typical man, the typical woman's gonna have more options out there. Do you get what I'm saying?
Options for what?
Options just for willy or relationships.
I mean, options for Willy? God, you British guys. Dick.
Yeah, nah,
that's what we say.
Because I just want to be, I don't really want to use the harsh words. Like,
oh, sure.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just trying to keep it like monetized, you feel me?
Oh, my bad. Okay, my bad. The Willy, they're after the, sure, but I mean, like, obviously, like, women have.
So there's a section of guys out there, like you were saying, oh, most guys are not 6 figures. Yeah, I agree with you. But there's a percentage of men out there that don't get any box. They don't get nothing. They don't get no play. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas I think most women out there can get willy. They can.
Yeah, but it's about what we're looking for, right? I don't think women are looking to get laid all the time.
Some women are.
Well, if they are, they're getting it.
Exactly, and that's the difference. And there's some men that really want box, and they want to stick their meat in, and they can't.
Sure, but then there are also women that are looking for like high quality relationships, and they can't find it, right? Women tend to shop for relationships. Men are shopping for box, right?
I don't agree that, because then it comes back to the choices that they make. Because think about it, yeah. Like for instance, Tinder, women swipe right 5% of the time, and usually that's a looks test. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Tinder is 5 men to every 1 woman. Of course, they're going to be way more selective.
Yeah, but they've got more of a chance of finding that one guy that's going to be good to them than a man who has no options. If you have no options, there's zero potential. It's zero.
It's pretty hard to sort through. If you're a woman and you have to sort through 1,000 options, though, that could be just as bad as none, right? Because it's hard to figure out like who's for real or who's not. No.
Yeah, but but it depends on your vetting process. If your first thing is okay, the guy has to be X height, bro, you've already put yourself in a bad situation, because the percentage of men that are probably going to be X height is going to be very, very minimal, and also all other women are going for that guy as well. So in essence, that guy who's in that top select percentage, bro, he doesn't actually have to commit to anybody, bruv. Because he could just play the field and have a good time and smash all the boxes and break hearts and sell dreams and everything.
I mean, if he wants to,
but most times these guys that make all these baby mamas, they usually don't just have one. They usually have 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, if you are we allowed to cuss or no? What's the nice version of an F boy?
Just say F boy.
F boy. Yeah, if you want to be that, you can be that. But like, there's a difference between that and like having relationships. But like, even if you say that, like that, I think plays into my point where there's a lot of guys that are searching for box and women that are searching for relationships, and even some of the high value guys might just want to play a lot and they're not like looking for relationships.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's more guys. There's more guys that are average to below average than the F boys. Because think about it, to be an F boy successfully, you need to have certain superpowers, i.e. height, i.e. good looks, which are just, it's basically boils down to genetics. You don't choose that. Now, there's some guys that are going to work hard and they might make some money, or there's some people that they might be born into a family where money just comes to them easily. But most guys are not going to have an easy road.
Yeah, I agree. Sex, yeah. We can go back on this a lot if you want, so we can keep up on it too. So.
Yeah, let's get back into it.
Bar seemed to match his YouTube persona, but to find out how he's translated those into viral fame, I accept an invite onto the Tate Brothers podcast, Emergency Meeting, which is also a chance to get acquainted with his brother Tristan.
Do you smoke cigars?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's not for me either. No smoking. Like me personally, I just taken on the thing of no smoking, no drinking, no poisons, man.
Oh, I love I just don't like nicotine or cigars. So.
Oh, so you like everything else?
Yeah, just not nicotine, not cigars.
Come on, bro, we gotta get you off of that. But anyway,
I want things that are gonna like. I want to have a fun time. If I'm doing some kind of, I want to have a fun time on it. Cigars just aren't a fun time.
Yeah, I just feel like that's just killing you.
Sure,
like.
maybe.
Welcome to Emergency Meeting, episode 13. We have a special guest, Matt Shea, who is internationally renowned and respected. He's a folk singer, and he's going to sing us a song.
Andrew's invited his mate on our show without my consent. I'm just going to have to bite my tongue and listen to you guys talk most of this emergency meeting. Otherwise, I'm going to walk off.
Matt, can you introduce yourself? Tell them about your singing career. Tell them where you're from. Etc.
Yeah, so I'm actually not a folk singer at all.
What?
Oh, sorry.
What?
Are you calling my brother a liar?
You lied to me.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the clown that hides from gay people? Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen the clown that hides the gay people.
So you've never seen him?
No. Strange. Is he here somewhere?
Strange. Well, yeah, he's right here. I see him.
I see him.
All right, let's be nice to our Vice friend. So let me be nice to him before he does a hit piece.
This is definitely a hit piece. I've warned my brother that this is a setup, and this is what everyone.
I don't care. I'm uninterested. I've clearly conquered the internet. I'm clearly unstoppable. I'm like the Borg.
You've invited the liberal news media to come.
They can all come. Just because I'm wearing a gun, I'm violent. Is that how it is? Just because I got knives all over the table and I'm a kickboxing world champion, I'm violent.
If you are wearing...
Let me ask you a question. Why do you think Andrew Tate conquered the internet? If you believe he did.
Yeah, I mean, there's a long, boring political explanation. The short of it is basically just that I think on the left, I think that the left has tried to champion minorities, women for a long time. Probably the past like 10 or 20 years has been a huge push, especially recently on the internet. And I think in focusing on that, I think they lost sight of some of the majority groups, so like men or white people. And I think as part of that, they engaged in a lot of derision of those groups. So constantly attacking like men and white people and like young men. And so you have this huge group of people that feel like they're being left behind by society while everybody else is getting like this huge like leg up, all these, you know, new spots in movies and music and everything else. And so they're kind of looking for guidance or perspective. And if everybody on the left is saying, you know, screw you, then they start looking elsewhere. And then that's where people like, I think Jordan Peterson or Andrew Tate come from.
Okay. All right. I'd pretty much agree with that.
A gun and you have knives, that does make you a little bit violent.
It makes... No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It makes me security aware.
I don't want to sing a song.
I haven't
sing
said
like you
anything.
promised.
It's
a
a
setup. I won't kick Vice out of my house. I think...
A few more minutes, or are we done with it?
No. You can sing now, or you're off the...
During an ad break, Andrew breaks character.
30-second break. Chat shit. Another 5 minutes, and we'll get you out of here. You can talk shit back. You can annoy us if you want.
Don't worry, no, I know. I'm just not very good at it. I'm not very good at talking shit.
We've had a long career. We have to do our normal broadcasting.
Okay.
Kick him off the pod. Cool, man. Have fun, guys, yeah?
Bro, this is going to be the worst documentary about us.
What they gonna say?
I don't know.
He has lots of cars and money. All the women love him. He's sexist. Oh, no. Please don't put that on the internet. Who cares, right? Whatever.
Within minutes of being on their show, the Tate content machine snaps into action.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Already.
You promised to sing to me. If you think I won't kick Vice out of my house, you can sing now or you're off the phone.
Tate brothers embarrass Vice reporter.
Actually, I take that back. I want to make sure that my army's fighting, you know, ethically and following the...
18,000 likes, 246 comments, 66 reshares. Oh, I accidentally liked it. Let's see what people are saying. Tate win, as always. I'm impressed how easily he runs over weak men's arguments.
It isn't Tate posting all these videos, so who are all these people?
Tate brothers embarrass Vice reporter was posted by a fan account that has 58,000 followers and 3.9 million likes, and is just posting loads of videos every single day. Right in the description of his account, it says, looking to level up your life, start here. It's a sign-up link to the Hustlers University. No.
I'm not gonna lie, it's genius though.
Yeah, I mean, I think any big production crew is going to have like a lot of people working for them, and then outsourcing stuff to fans too is a really good model. I think a lot of people started to copy that model on TikTok now, where most of the biggest accounts that post me aren't even my account; it's just other people doing it. So
yeah, man, definitely. Nah, hey, top producer, we're gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? We need to do that, man.
Their account, and again, a link to the Hustlers University. He's got a clever formula here.
It turns out a big part of Hustlers University is an affiliate marketing scheme where boys as young as 13 are instructed to share controversial videos of Andrew with links to the Hustlers University underneath. If someone signs up through your link, you get 48% of their subscription fee. By financially incentivizing 110,000 students to share his content online, Andrew has essentially built an army to make him rich and famous in a very short space of time. And he's tactically avoiding the impact of social media bans because it isn't Andrew himself posting, it's his legion of fans.
All I'm doing is saying that the shit that everyone thinks isn't allowed to say. So that's the reason I'm all big on the internet.
I'm starting to wonder whether he's just a living meme.
You're a loser because your mentality is loserish.
Some kind of viral marketing campaign to swindle money from confused young men.
You never had the life I have, ever.
Or if he really believes what he says.
All I am offering is the truth.
What was your first opinion of Andrew Tate when you first saw him?
Really negative, but that's because I just saw like clips cut up of him, basically. You know?
Okay, all right.
But so now that I've done more research,
what was the negative vibes that you was getting? What
just said it was just like another guy that is like super misogynistic and has like the weird red pill, ultra, you know, men are the leaders and blah blah blah, that kind of stuff.
So you think men being the leaders is weird?
I think that a lot of people, I think that we're more similar than we are different. I think we have some important differences, but I think we're more similar than we are different. There's a reason why all these men are looking up to Andrew Tate, and it's because they don't have anything in their life together, right? There's no like well-adjusted person that's like scouring the internet looking for a role model. It's a bunch of men that are kind of like lost and confused. And I think if you've worked,
I think it's a lot of times they probably didn't have a strong father in their life. Probably that's why I think that there's a lot of like, yeah, especially because they were saying boys as young as 13. Like if they had a strong father in their life, they probably wouldn't be looking for an Andrew Tate to lead them, because they would have their own head of their own household leading them. Do you get what I'm saying?
Maybe, yeah.
Andrew first appeared on our screens as a reality TV star.
I've never been in a situation in my life so far in my 21 years where I really wanted something and didn't get it.
He had found an arena where controversial personalities thrive.
I had to manipulate a lot of people to win.
But something happened when Andrew was on Big Brother, one of the biggest reality TV shows of all time.
This is Big Brother. Due to events in the outside world, Andrew has had to leave the Big Brother house.
He was reportedly removed from the program when a video surfaced of him slapping his ex-girlfriend and then beating her with a belt.
Bitch. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No. Did I say it?
Public outrage simmered down after Andrew released a video of his ex, claiming it was all part of a so-called kinky game.
It was just pure game. It's just what we used to do.
But what the public didn't know, and what we can now reveal, is that around the time that Andrew was playing Truth or Dare in the Big Brother pool, the UK police had informed the production company that he was under investigation for 2 incidents involving other women, one of rape, and a further of physical assault. In May 2021, Tate made reference to his arrest in an appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
I was like, who are you? They're like, you're under arrest for a suspicion of this dumb. And I'm like, wait, this is dumb. They didn't, but I'm going to protect her anonymity because I'm a nice guy. Oh.
During the same period, the Tate brothers were recruiting women for a webcam business and creating the first of their many online courses teaching other men how to do the same.
I am her everything. It doesn't matter if I fuck someone else because I'm her everything. She has nowhere else to go.
It was called the Tate PhD, or pimping hose degree.
What do you think about what you've heard so far?
I've done a lot of digging into this. I think it's pretty messed up. I'm gonna be honest.
Like the pimping?
He's got a whole course on basically how to be like how to do trafficking. I mean, like that's what the course is. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go as far to say trafficking, but I mean. Bruh, that is mad though. That is mad. I mean, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare personally. Like, you know. That's
the
crazy.
pimping program, probably not a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, not for me. Not for me.
And I spotted it instantly because she didn't humble herself when she was supposed to. And I'm glad I didn't waste any more time on her because she's never going to be doing like my other girls do, living in my house, letting me f other women, remaining loyal, and bringing me coffees and doing as I say.
Andrew has closed down the pimp degree to focus on the Hustlers University.
Luke, your screen's compromised, yeah? So keep it super.
But with a historic allegation in the UK, and the Romanian police now looking into him for and human trafficking, I want to find out more about his methods of recruiting women. Did you at one point say that the girls who started as your girlfriends and then worked for the webcam industry, 100% of the profit goes to you?
I think in a lot of households in the world today, the man is in charge of the investments. I think that's not an uncommon thing. Tell me a view I have that you think is genuinely insulting or destructive to society. I'd like to hear it.
You prefer younger women who are 18 or 19 because you can leave an imprint on them?
No, when I say leave an imprint, I mean that. I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that, like, if I get her, I can brainwash her. I'm not trying to say that. You meet a girl who's 22 and you're her second boyfriend, she's probably like a nicer person, less jaded, less upset, less suspicious.
He liked to be in a position of power.
It's not being a position of power.
It's not a position of power. They got less mileage, bruv. You got less mileage. That's what it is. Like, I don't understand. Like, he's trying to make it sound like he's some weird predator type thing.
That's a predator statement.
Bro,
that's a predator statement.
Bro, so what is the fact that someone having less mileage is predatory?
Yeah, because you're looking for somebody dumb, young, and naive. That's the whole point.
No, but he didn't. No, that's what you're saying.
That's what he's saying. He said you're less jaded. You have less experience, less knowledge.
I think anyone would want to be with someone that's less jaded.
Yeah, because you can take advantage of him.
So if you get with someone that's not jaded, that means you automatically.
It's not about jaded. It's assuming that somebody.
You're the one saying the word. I'm not saying it.
It's assuming that somebody that's been through more experience is more jaded. It probably just means they're more cautious or more intelligent.
No, but like if we just look at it like realistically, the more experiences, the more mileage people rack up, and I'm not just saying women, just men and women in general. Yeah, usually it's gonna be more negative than positive.
Absolutely not. Only if you're trying to mess with that person.
No, I'm saying like as you meet people out there. More often than not, especially relationship-wise and dating-wise, usually they've had a lot of negative experiences. That's why they're single. That's why they're single at the point you've met them, because if something negative has happened for them, those relationships or entanglements to end.
Yeah, but realizing you don't like a relationship doesn't make you a negative person. It just means you know more what you want.
I never said
but you're saying that if they had like 4 or 5 breakups, so that's like more negativity. Sure it is, but you can learn from that. You can be a better person from it. I think if you have a guy that's 30, 35, and he's like, oh, I only date women that are like under 24, that's a red flag. Like anybody would tell you that's a huge red flag.
It's not a red flag because men have been doing that from the beginning of time, though. This is new age thinking that, like a man has to date a woman exactly the same age as him. That's new age thinking.
No, that's not new age.
Because if you think about it, most people, if you look at their parents and their grandparents, there's big age gaps.
That's not true. That's not most people. Most people are within like 4 to 5 years in terms of where
our grandparents.
Yes. Well, I don't know about I know today.
The vast majority of people around the world. Today.
Even historically.
I never said today. I said our parents and our grandparents.
I think tend to be around the same age, within 5 years. Even our parents and grandparents tend to be within like 5 years.
Our parents and grandparents are between.
What do you think the average age gap is? Well, I'm curious. What do you think it is?
It's at least around 7 years, 10 years, maybe even more than that.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's around. I think it's around like 4 to 5 years.
That's what that's what you think is okay.
Those are the numbers. Those are the stats that I've seen. I think.
Okay.
But I don't remember the historical or correct. But I'm pretty sure it's around like 4 to 5 years.
But would you agree that this thing of like men wanting to be with younger women is not a new concept? It's been going on for a long time, like from the beginning of time. This is not new.
No, it's not new.
That was the point I was saying.
Wanting to be with younger women, that's like saying women wanting to be with a guy that's, 6'2" and makes, 200,000 pounds a year.
Yeah,
right?
and when women say that, that's what they want. There's no problem. There's no pushback. When women say when women say stuff like that, I want to be with a man that's 6'2" or 6'4", there's no pushback. But
what do you mean? All you guys do on these shows is pushback as women say that. What do you mean?
Yeah, but think about it. This is not mainstream TV. Think about this. On mainstream TV, women will sit down at 9 o'clock in the morning, daytime, kids are watching, and say that they want men that are X height, X money. If he can't do this, then he's not good enough for you, and blah, blah, blah. The men talking about the preferences that we want is niche. It's only just started.
I don't think so. I think throughout all of pop history, dude, how many movies are there where there's like a 21-year-old woman paired with like a 50-year-old guy? Like how many young girlfriends has George Clooney had in movies? Has Tom Cruise had in movies? Have like all of these guys are always paired with. So
you're saying in mainstream Hollywood movies, yeah, as long as we've been alive, they've been showing 50-year-old men with 22-year-old girls.
Very young women. Yeah. What's the name of the actress in Pirates of the Caribbean? She's like 17 years old. Yeah, of course.
Bro,
yeah, that's
think about those movies, yeah? The men in those movies are not depicted as 50-year-old men. In real life, they may be of age, but in those movies, they're not depicted as 50-year-old men with 22-year-old girls. No.
They might be depicted. They might be depicted younger, but
exactly,
you never.
But that's the whole point of the movie. You never see a depiction.
No. But you never see it reverse. You know how old the actors and actresses are in real life.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know how old George Clooney is. I don't know how old he is.
Do you think he's older or younger than 40 years old?
I don't think about that. If I watch the Avengers, I'm not thinking, oh, how old is Captain America in real life? life? How old is Thor in real life? I'm not thinking those things. I'm watching a movie of the Avengers and the characters and who those characters are meant to be. It doesn't matter how old those actors are in real life.
When you're outside of the movie and you're thinking about Iron Man, you're not thinking about Iron Man. You're thinking about Robert Downey Jr. You're thinking about the actors that played these people. And you never see, you don't see the roles reversed in the movies. It's not like you've got 50-year-old women that are depicting 20-year-old women, do you? You don't have 60-year-old women
because they can't.
Yeah, exactly, but the men
it's
do.
It's not exactly. They can't do it. Yeah, because the men can do it.
Because it's normal in society for them to do it.
No. If those older women, if those 50-year-old women were in a position where they could be depicted as 22-year-olds, they would do it. But the fact is they can't because the wrinkles are too clear.
I think you can tell.
And it don't matter how much makeup they put on. It doesn't work.
Okay.
Bruv.
You can tell with the men that they're older. We just don't care as much when the men are older.
Bro, like, I'm sorry, like, no, bro. Like, you just agreed that, yeah, those men will be depicted as younger men. If it didn't work on the screen, they wouldn't put it on the screen, bro. They wouldn't, because the audience would not buy it.
When I say they're depicted as younger men, I mean, like, a 60-year-old guy might be depicted as, like, a 40-year-old guy, but you're not having older men playing young men. How old were the women? I'm curious, and the audience can look it up if they want. If we go through Daniel Craig's history as James Bond, how old are the women that he's paired off with in his movies?
Who knows?
Probably way younger, maybe 10 or 20 years younger than him?
20 years younger. I don't know. Some of those women look 30 years old and up, bruv.
How old is Daniel Craig?
Yeah, no, but you're talking about James Bond. You're saying how old are them women depicted in the movie? You're jumping from their real life age and how old they're depicted in films.
James Bond is old too, though. James Bond is depicted as old too.
You're jumping back and forth.
He's an old guy. That's the whole point of the last few movies.
Which argument are you trying to make? What they're depicted as age-wise in their movies or their age in real life? Which one are you arguing?
My argument is that older men in movies can be paired with much younger women. And your original argument was that never in society are we shown that older men can like younger women. But I'm saying that in Hollywood, that is historically how it's been depicted.
I actually said that older men wanting to date younger women has been going on from the beginning of time. That's what I said.
But you said they don't depict it in media. You said it doesn't get depicted in media. But I think in Hollywood, I think that's sold to us constantly. When we
I don't think it's to the extent of 50-year-olds pairing up with 21 or 22-year-old women. I just don't. Because first of all, the young girls wouldn't buy it.
They literally
wouldn't
do.
buy it.
They literally do. They
wouldn't buy
do.
it, bruv. Unless it's some top echelon 50-year-old guy. But if it's just regular 50-year-old Bob from around the corner, I don't think they're going to buy it.
Regular 50-year-old
exactly.
guy.
But then that goes back to the choices that women make. And if you're a woman and you decide, okay, I don't usually date 50-year-old guys, but that guy's a millionaire, so I'll do it. Then, bruv, that's on her, bro. It doesn't make the man predatory because she's making
it does.
No,
I'm fighting back against you. Said that in mainstream media, older guys having a preference for young women isn't depicted. And I'm saying all of Hollywood disagrees. That's all I said.
Because what? Because the actors
there's a lot of older guys paired with a lot of younger women. Even in the movies, they're depicted as older than the women that they're oftentimes dating.
Yeah, but typically a man will be older than the woman. But you're going on like in the movies, it's like 20-year age gaps. And that's just not true. It's not depicted as 20-year age gaps. It's not.
Oh, man. Have you seen the movie Knives Out?
Well, that's just... You could come up with these,
No, because I can find, like, the
movies,
James Bond, I'm pretty sure they're like a 20 or 30-year age gap between him and, like, the other actress that was in, like...
The character or in real life?
Both!
But the real life doesn't matter because they're in a movie. They're playing characters.
Okay.
Like, I don't understand. This is what I'm saying. You keep jumping from real life to what the actual movie is, which is not real. You keep jumping from back and forth. It's which one are you arguing about?
They're both intertwined because, like I said earlier,
not intertwined.
There are
because
when
they're
you
not
think
actually
of
in a relationship in real life.
But it doesn't matter. That's what we see on the screen. Again, when you think of Iron Man in real life, you're not thinking of the character Iron Man. You think of Robert Downey Jr. Same thing with any other Marvel character or James Bond. You think of like the actors, right?
When I watch Batman, I watch it to see Batman. And Batman could be anyone, bruv. That's why Batman is usually one guy, and then after a while, he gets too old and they replace him, bruv.
I enjoy to show her amazing things. You're trying to attach things to the situation which aren't true.
5 years ago, you said rape is a terrible thing, but if you put yourself in a position to be raped, then you should bear some responsibility for that.
Okay, so first, we agree that it's a terrible thing. The point I'm trying to make is the best way to prevent yourself from being raped is to have a degree of personal responsibility and not put yourself in positions to be raped, as opposed to standing there saying that shouldn't happen or men raise our boys better. You know what else shouldn't happen? I want the freedom to walk down the road with $1 million in cash.
Is it fair to compare the desire to walk around with £1 million in cash to someone wanting to just walk around their own city at night?
Well, female beauty is extremely valuable.
Of course, female beauty is extremely valuable in the eyes of men who seek to exploit it.
I don't give a about having beautiful women. I them so they listen to me, so I can get what I actually want, which is not them. It's a means.
His stroke game must be mean then.
Yeah. Or something, yeah.
Yeah, the pipe must be piping, bro. Trust me.
To an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what I do.
Have you heard the term lover boy before?
The lover boy method?
Yeah, romantically involving yourself with a woman and then making money off of her in some sort of adjacent industry.
Firstly, I would call the webcam industry far closer to psychology than sex. The webcam industry has prevented more male suicide than any group of therapists, any action group, any charity ever would, right?
Is that true? How can you measure that?
Well, it's not about measuring, it's about my personal experience.
One of the concerns that people have about that lover boy method is that
let me correct you, because I'm a professional.
Is that it's similar to, or people might consider that a form of grooming.
Okay, so I'm a professional, so I have to change what you just said. I have to at least challenge you on it. Nobody's concerned about anything that happened 10 years ago when a bunch of girls got rich. There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
Andrew says no woman has complained about him personally. He won't let us speak to the women who work for him, so for now it's difficult to verify this claim. But I have spoken to many women who complain about the effect Andrew's rhetoric is having on their lives. To protect.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, bruv. Bruh. Oh, I haven't spoken to any women that have directly said anything bad about him, but I've talked to some randoms out there. Like, what?
Well, why didn't you let him talk to any of the women working for him?
Cause he came to interview Andrew Tate. Why is he coming to interview other people in the house?
That's where the story is. It's how are the people there? That's the whole point.
Then he should have told him that, boom, I've come to your house to interview everybody else except you. That's what he should have said.
Or how about everybody else and you?
Yeah, he could have said that, but he didn't. He came there to interview Andrew Tate and then he tried to do extras. Bro, I'm sure you wouldn't let people come and just do extras in your house.
Of course I would. Yeah, I've had people do profile. I've had Wired do profile piece. I've had Mother Jones. Yeah, of course. If somebody's in my life and they're like, oh, can I talk to your wife or can I talk to you? Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, of course. What do you mean? Why would I not? What?
Nah, they don't need to know all my business, bro. Like,
if somebody came to do a profile at your house and your parents or family, somebody was there.
My business associates was there.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, can I grab like an interview with this guy? You'd be like, no. Oh, okay.
No. But maybe that's just how, some people see things different, but I just don't think that if you come to my house to interview me, like, that's what you're here for. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden you're going to start interviewing my sister, my brother, the dog. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, no. Like, come on, be real. Like, because to me, then it sounds like you're up to something. Do you get what I'm saying? But
it depends on what the piece are doing. I mean, they usually just want to flesh it out more, of course.
I mean,
but obviously this guy,
Vice.
Yeah, he knows it's Vice. He knows he's up to something. Andrew's already decided to do this. Like, what does he think? Like,
exactly. So he's got strict rules that he's abiding by, and that the interview guy has to abide by because it's Vice.
Yeah, of course. But then the question is why?
More than likely, they come to do damage.
Yeah, of course. But he let them in. But why that rule?
Because they've come to do damage, and it's damage.
So if he talks to a girl, you're admitting that it would be damaging to Andrew Tate.
No, I'm saying the fact is that guy's motive is to do damage. So at the end of the day, if I've agreed to do an interview with him, that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to let you just have free reign to do whatever you want and then put out any kind of weird video that is obviously biased. No, I'm going to give you what you asked for, and that's it.
I'm saying it's interesting. I think it'd be very damaging if he were to talk to any of the girls working for him.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that at the end of the day, this guy's motive is to cause damage.
Okay.
And it's very clear just by watching this video, just from the first 10 seconds of the video. That's what it was.
Sure. If that's what you think, I don't know why you'd even let him in then. I don't know why you'd even do the interview. You don't have to.
You don't have to, but that he felt like, okay, I will do an interview with you. Ask me whatever you want to ask. But that doesn't mean you have to go around my house asking everybody questions, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Them from harassment, I've agreed not to name them.
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate to the point of threatening to release revenge porn unless I took back what I said on social media against his sexist, misogynistic views.
It's like a virus, the things that he's spreading. The scariest thing is I have no idea if the next guy I meet could be an Andrew Tate fan.
As a teacher, it's definitely worrisome. There are boys who look up to him, especially those that are maybe vulnerable and they're sort of going to go into the real world carrying those violent views with them.
Wow.
I'm 14. The boys at school my age think that it's okay to say horrible things like women are men's property and they get to do what they want with them. It makes me really disappointed in my generation.
Andrew's views represent a new era in modern misogyny,
Start talking to some bitches. Say, me and my man are gonna fuck you.
where you can now not only talk openly about subjugating and objectifying women, but doing so actually garners millions of committed fans.
So does music, though.
Well, yeah, but if there's...
So does music, though.
What is that? What is the point of the comparison?
Like, but I'm just saying, like, it just seems like with this guy, like, and yeah, he says some stuff that is a bit crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Even if it's in jest, it's a bit too crazy. I personally wouldn't say certain things, even jokingly, out there. But like at the same time, it just seems like it's just a hyper focus on him. Maybe because he's successful, maybe because he just doesn't care and stuff like that, and it can garner a lot of hatred your direction. Even like with my humble little YouTube channel, I get a lot of hatred for just like, you know, minor things I would say, and you know, I kind of understand how, you know, it's just a fact of when people just don't like you, they will come at you from any angle, even if the angle is ridiculous. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm sure you've had that as well.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, people have criticized me for stuff that I think it's fair to criticize me on too. I think it's fair to criticize Andrew Tate on putting out a message that a lot of people could take as like very misogynistic and hateful, and then a lot of young boys start following it. I think it's fair.
They don't believe the level that you can operate at when you're actually a G.
The most hardcore of them have traveled here to Romania to join the War Room.
The War Room is a fraternity. We're a brotherhood which is designed to inspire the best from our brothers. They have to have the mentality and the pedigree to survive. There's tests, and if you do them, you can stay inside.
To Andrew Tate. That's a little weird.
I'm not joining, bruv. I'm just saying, I don't think I'm gonna be there, bruv.
At the top of Andrew's fraternity is a small group of wealthy and powerful men who all stand to gain significantly from the expansion of his empire. This inner circle is not happy that I'm here. After our testy exchange this morning, Andrew invites me to watch him train.
Have you ever boxed before?
No. But it turns out he's...
Have you ever boxed before?
No.
Why you never had no interest in, you know, competing like that, like sports?
No, just no interest.
planning on teaching me a lesson.
Who's got spare gloves? You know, there you go.
I appear to have unintentionally walked into a situation where Andrew Tate is going to train me how to box.
Punch me. And then punch me. Knock out. Oh, look, you're bleeding already. It's only round one. We've only warmed up. Keep them on, bro. We've got 10 more rounds.
No fucking way.
I meet and get punched in the face by the inner circle of the War Room. In the world Andrew is...
I personally like this stuff. I personally love this. I think that this is very character building. What do you think?
For the interviewee guy?
For anyone that gets involved in that, I think that's character building. Like being punched in the face, it wakes you up to reality and it shows you who you are to yourself. Like, are you a man or are you a coward, bruv? Do you know what I mean? Because life is hard and life will punch you in the face. So if you can do something like that and you know, stand up for yourself and stand in the ring toe to toe with somebody who is coming at you, yeah, it's very character building, to be honest.
Yeah, I totally disagree. Life is hard, but it's a lot harder than getting punched in the face. Like,
yeah,
life is hard as like waking up early and going to a shit job that you don't want to do to pay for an apartment. Like, that's hard.
So you don't get what I was saying.
I don't think it fits the character building. Like, oh, because I got punched in the face, now I'm ready to like be there for my family or whatever. I don't agree with that.
No, but I'm just saying, like the fact, like competition, and you're looking in the eyes of a guy who is looking in your eyes, and you're ready to have that physical confrontation, that conflict. It is character building, bruv, because not everybody is built like that. Not everybody can do that. And I feel like if you have those minerals, that brave, that boldness inside you to stand toe to toe with another grown man, I think, yeah, it does change you. Absolutely. I had a woman on here on the show last night, and she's a world kickboxing champion, and she said the same thing. Like, it's character building. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think that fighting builds good character for fighting. That's it. I don't think it's going to carry over and help you. I mean, like, if you get really good or really competitive with something, that can carry over into other things, right? But that's going to be true if you get really good or competitive at anything. That should carry over to other things. But
I just think if you get hit in the face, that will show you who you really are, bro, to be honest.
Okay.
But that's just you don't have to agree. That's fine. That's fine. No problem.
creating not only are women to be subjugated.
Sorry, that almost felt like I got knocked out.
I respect him though. I respect the reporter. Like,
yeah, the reporter, he goes real hard in this.
Yeah,
I'm really surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, like, bro, because I know them other random guys. They didn't care about nothing, bro. They were hitting him, bro.
But men defined by their capacity to inflict violence.
Okay, tap out.
I've made it into Andrew Tate's war room, where 100 of his biggest fans have flown in from all across the world, each paying $5,000 to have their manhood tested by the one they refer to as Commander. None of us know what he has in store.
I welcome you all to the test. There is a cage fighting event, and every single one of you has been paired against a professional fighter.
Wow. You will fight in the cage on national television, and it's a real fight.
How would you feel if you was there? How would you feel if you was there, man?
I mean, I feel like you know what you're signing up for, right? It's Andrew Tate, right?
Nah, you signed up, yeah, to go Transylvania in the mountains. You thought you was gonna get some motivational speech, maybe, I don't know, like.
No, it's gonna be some like you gotta crawl through the jungle and eat snakes, or you gotta do some like fight a. It's gonna be some crazy shit like that.
Piranha.
Fight or do something, I bet, or like survive for 7 days without any fucking water in the freaking water in the forest, whatever. I feel like you gotta know it's gonna be some crazy.
It's
stuff,
gonna be
right?
something, but they paired you up with a professional fighter. You're going in the octagon. Yeah, you're gonna be in there, bruv. Just put them gloves on and put the wraps on tight. Okay? Yeah? No head guard and no gum shield.
Sounds like some Andrew Tate stuff to me.
There are two paths you can go down. You can agree to fight, or you can decide that it's not for you. You have 1 hour to think and make a decision.
Damn, they gave them an hour to think about. Nah, that's actually horrible. Like, because you got to think for an hour. You're going to sit there like, oh, man, I'm going to get beaten up. Like, I'm going to get hurt. Like, this guy's going to punch me in the face multiple times. Jesus, that's crazy, bro. Like, anyway.
That's going to be a hard no from me.
Bruv, you had the warm-up, man. You're good, man.
Yeah, you ready to go? Yeah. 1 day of training?
Yeah, 1 day of training. That's what I'm saying, warm up, man. There you go, man.
I'll do a yes, just to learn a little bit more of what happens, and then definitely pull out.
Those guys do not look small, bruv. There's no divisions. It's just men. That's the division, men.
At some point.
Does anyone have any questions to ask me?
Say yes, so we can have basic training.
There's no training before this fight.
What? You should have trained already.
That's probably the point, right? That's probably the message, right? You should be ready for anything, yeah?
Yeah, I'm sure he was giving them subtle clues that they should be working out, though. You're
paying $5,000 to go to the war room, I'm sure. Yeah,
he probably told them, you need to be in the gym, you need to be boxing or doing something, man. So if they wasn't prepared, that's on them, man. Hold them accountable.
Too lazy to train. Is that your problem or my problem?
Oh, look at that guy there. That guy is not ready, bro.
Uh-oh.
He said, uh-oh.
Not good.
That guy is not ready, bro. He's just got his hands on his hips like, bruh, it is what it is.
I couldn't help overhearing some disagreement within the war room.
I think he wants to talk to you, wink, wink. What the hell are you doing? What's
It's gonna be fine, bro. We have an ambulance, we have medics. No one gonna fucking knocked out. Don't worry about it.
At the center of it all was Andrew's right-hand man, Iggy Semmelweis.
Here I will share with you my secrets.
He's the self-proclaimed greatest hypnotist in the world.
You will learn the power of hypnosis.
And seem to have an agenda.
Do you think hypnosis is real?
I think it is like suggestion a little bit, yeah, but I don't think you can like hypnotize somebody to think they're a chicken and like, clock on the stage or something, right?
Yeah, man, that's BS.
That expanded beyond the war room itself into something larger and darker.
Your sons will marry their daughters. Your daughters will marry their sons. You will create legacies. Enjoying those juicy...
What did he just say?
Something about sons marrying daughters and daughters marrying sons. I don't know.
Steaks, that finer scotch, those smoother cigars.
He refused to speak to us, but it's clear that he has a big role to play in whatever the war room's real agenda is.
This is the war room of Andrew Tate.
Welcome to the test.
Now is decision time. You are getting in the cage to fight a professional fighter who is trained to hurt you. Anyone who is fighting, please stand up. Anyone who is not fighting, you can stay seated, and we will begin the other program.
Just like that.
Fight, 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 fight.
You think he'll do it?
What the reporter? I don't know. If he walks through the door, that's it, bro. I don't think that kind of place is a place you can say I'm gonna do it and then back out. I don't think.
Leave it.
Yeah, man. Nah, it's too late.
A third of the room decides to get beaten up for Andrew Tate.
What happens to the people who said no?
They're doing something slightly different, describing the reasons they didn't do it, how that affects their life as a whole, whether they're gonna make any changes in the future to be more ready for opportunities. That's where honor comes from, right? From victory.
One of the men who said no agrees to speak to us as long as we hide his face.
Why did you say no?
I have been in the ring before, but just sparring. But I was like professionals and Russians. Like they guys are serious. I was just too scared.
Oh, so they was gonna fight Russian professional fighters, bro. Them man train in the snow, you know, no top, bruv. Like, nah, bro. Nah. Nah. Some Ivan Dracos, bruv.
Yeah, some Rocky Four.
Nah, bruv. If he lives, if he dies, bruv. Nah.
Listen, he said that it's never a good... It's supposed to make you feel better, but if you're going to do something and somebody's like, no, we got an ambulance outside, it's good. I feel like that makes me feel worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got an hour to think about it.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not a good look.
And afterwards, I felt bad about myself, and I was angry at myself. Because I came here to be tested.
Andrew Tate has obviously said a lot of kind of controversial things online. Yeah. What do you think about that?
A lot of things are very controversial, but I think the bottom of his message is a very, very positive one. Because if I'm not tough on myself, nobody else will be.
I absolutely agree with that. Because listen, at the end of the day, I just feel like everyone says some crap. Everyone says something that's stupid, yeah? Mm-hmm. Or like, I guess a lot of people won't agree with it or whatever, right? But it's the underlying message. What is the underlying like theme, or what is the real message you're trying to put across? Like, and I feel like with Andrew Tate's like content, a lot of times it's just been like men's self-improvement, really. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And taking power in your own life.
Yeah, it's good to do that. It'd just be nice if you could wrap that up in a figure that's not like a online scam artist / trafficker / misogynist. Like, I'm sure you could find like better role models to sell you that image, but yeah, I don't know.
King Richez, make sure you subscribe to King Richez channel.
Nobody really cares about me if I don't care about me, right? That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
People who decided this morning and people who decided at a later date here.
Do you think that men are soft these days?
That's a whole thing. When you say again, like when we say like soft or hard, I think it depends on what we're talking
about.
Like
for instance, like what the guy that was hiding his face said, you know, like men not really being hard on themselves or testing themselves, or, you know, like what do you think about that?
I mean, in some ways, we're really hard on ourselves. I mean, like men kill themselves more, like 3 times more than women, I think. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, it's complicated. I think life is very hard today. Like one of the main reasons why I push back against stuff like this, it's fun and it's sexy and it's romantic and it's exciting to be like, oh, I punch somebody and I fight and that's blah, blah, blah. Mm. But I think life is way more complicated and way more challenging today than just like, can you go and fight somebody? You know, it's like, it's managing going to school until you're 25 and managing all the debt and managing your jobs and women and like the hours we got to work and everything.
It's like similar, because it's like, you know, even the things you're talking about, like, you know, getting up in the morning when you don't want to, when you're tired, putting in extra hours, sacrificing for, you know, your ambitions and stuff like that. It's a fight. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you're fighting against that, you know, how you feel, or maybe fatigue, or, you know, just being lazy. It's a fight.
Sure.
Do you get what I'm saying? And that's what I meant, like, by, you know, when stepping in the ring, or like, you know, conflict and stuff like that. It's a fight. And if you can do something like that where, you know, that risk of danger is in your face and the risk of pain is there as well, like, I feel like you have that kind of drive inside you, which you can apply to other aspects of life.
Yeah, but does it work that way? Like, if we look at people that are professional athletes, I don't know if it's the same here as it is in the United States, but I think in the United States, like, the pro athletes go bankrupt like 5 years after they retire on average. Like, they blow through all their money, they have no discipline, and these are some of the most disciplined people in the world. We talk about people in like the NBA and stuff. These are some of the most like ruthless athletes ever. And then when they get out, their lives like completely fall apart. So
that's a good point still, but I just feel like if you equate that, like, for instance, if you're just a regular guy, maybe you're not a pro athlete, you haven't put all your eggs into one basket of playing sports, but maybe you've trained to a certain level of seriousness and discipline. I think that it can translate into other you know,
if you make it translate, I hope so. Yeah,
that is dangerous as hell, bro. Like, that's broken bones, bruv. Yeah, that's unconscious.
For a moment, it seems the deplatforming has worked.
Did you think that was fair when that happened?
No, I think if you're going to get banned, there needs to be a clear reason given. There needs to be like a clear TOS violation. Otherwise, I think it's BS.
He used to strangle us as well.
Well, this is not looking good at all, bro.
Yeah,
This
I mean,
is
the
mad,
Andrew
bro.
Tate fans say that it's all these people are faking it, so